बस वेट कर रहा हूँ कि सब लोग आप लोग ज्वाइन हो जाएं. देन आई टॉक अबाउट what this life is, what this life is about. I'm very like excited for today. अब सब आ जाएं. Yes, 7,900 8,500 are enough. So आज का ये लाइव बेसिकली क्या है ये आपको समझाता हूँ. There are certain questions which me and my friends often come across. Like a lot of people have or might have such questions in their life. So मैंने सोचा कि क्यों ना ये क्वेश्चंस हम गौर गोपाल दास जी से पूछें एंड यही चीज़ आप सब भी हमारे साथ देखें. तो ये कुछ क्वेश्चंस हैं जो मेरे नहीं, मेरे आसपास के जितने भी लोग हैं मैंने उन सबसे पूछा है कि आपके मन में कोई चीज़ है जो आपको बॉदर करती है, डिस्टर्ब करती है. इज़ देयर एनीथिंग दैट यू वांट टू नो? यू नो, some people seek some answers which we never get, we fail to understand in lives. So गौर गोपाल दास जी यहाँ पे हैं एंड मैं बस उन्हें ऐड करता हूँ. सो दिस इज़ व्हाट द लाइव सेशन इज़ अबाउट. तो हम कुछ क्वेश्चंस पूछेंगे गौर गोपाल दास जी से. तो उनको ऐड करता हूँ मैं. लेट्स स्टार्ट विद दिस. प्रणाम सर.
Pranam ji.
हरे कृष्ण.
Hare Krishna. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Good to be with you. It's a long pending session, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a very long pending session. My
You
fans
are
actually
all
they troll me. They
Yeah?
troll me for not coming on time. When I say soon, so I basically mean soon, right? So they say कि soon मतलब आपका 1-1.5 महीने बाद आता है, 2 महीने बाद आता है. So they are like they all
ये लाइव करीब एक ही महीने के बाद आ रहा है. Not so much of a delay, I think.
1 महीना हो गया.
लगता तो है.
तो वैलिड है सर उनका ट्रोल करना है, क्या बोल. सो सर मेरे फैमिली में सब लोग मेरे छोटे भाई के थ्रू मैंने आपको जाना. मैंने आपके वीडियोस देखे एंड इट्स एन ऑनर. आई फील ब्लेस्ड टू बी अ पार्ट ऑफ दिस लाइव सेशन विथ यू हियर. Thank you so much for being here. So without wasting any time, I'll just start with my first question, which is
Sure.
like अभी सब हैं, in life everybody somebody wants to become an actor, someone as a dancer, कोई engineer बनना चाहता है. तो आप how did you end up being at the place where you are?
First of all, thank you very much, Sumit, for having me over for this live session. And I want to thank everybody who is joining us for this session this evening as well. I think on my phone it shows me about 22,000 people watching us live. So to all the 22,000 people, thank you for taking out this time and being with us this evening for this live session. So how did I end up being here? मतलब हर एक व्यक्ति कुछ ना कुछ बनना चाहता है. तो मैंने ये बनने का निर्णय कैसे लिया? So, one of the legendary songwriters and composers of our time has been John Lennon, and a singer as well from the Beatles band. And when John Lennon was a little boy, he went to school, and the teacher asked everybody in class, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" हम में से सबको ये सवाल पूछा गया है. हमारे मामा मामी, दादा दादी, नाना नानी, चाचा चाची, काका काकी, सबने ये सवाल पूछा कि बेटा बड़े होगे तब क्या बनोगे, right? So the teacher was asking all of these kids, what do you want to be when you grow up? So one boy said engineer, a girl said actress, another said doctor, lawyer. Then the teacher turned to John Lennon and asked John, what do you want to be when you grow up? John said, ma'am, when I grow up, I want to be happy. The teacher looked at John in a very confused, perplexed, and amused way and said, John, I don't think you understand the question. John looked at the teacher in her eye and said, ma'am, I don't think you understand life. Because if we would understand life, we would know that if there's one thing that we are looking for, the bottom line of everything, earning money, your career, your relationships, your spirituality, your shopping, your celebration, your holidays, the bottom line of it all is seeking pleasure and happiness. We're not doing anything to be miserable. Does anyone eat so that he feels sad? No. Does anyone want to go on a holiday because he wants to feel depressed? No. No one is seeking these things. The bottom line is I'm wanting to be happy, right? So after finishing my engineering, मैंने जो अपनी engineering खत्म की, तो उसके बाद में then I was working for Hewlett Packard, HP, and I was pretty good at what I was doing. I was from your city, Pune, right? I studied at the College of Engineering, Pune, Sumit, COEP, right? So you can imagine I'm working at Hewlett Packard. I'm decently good at my work, but it's not making me happy. Right? Yeah. And here's my equation. I'm sure you spend way more time at your shoots, but an average person who's watching us on this live session, if they start working into a job, a business or work, it's about average 8 hours a day at work. Average. इससे ज़्यादा होता है 8 घंटे. Right. And if you're working for like 5 days a week, that makes it how much? 40 hours a week at work. And if you work for 50 weeks, assuming 2 weeks of yearly holiday, that makes it 2,000 hours at work. And if you work for about 45 years, that's 45 into 2,000, 90,000 precious hours of our life go at our workplace, correct?
Yeah.
And 90,000 hours of our life at work means about 10 years of our lifespan. तो मुझे ये सवाल था कि भाई मैं 90,000 घंटे रोऊंगा क्या? पैसे मिल रहे हैं, काम में अच्छा भी हूँ, लेकिन इसमें मुझे मजा नहीं आ रहा है. I'm not happy with my work. So then that is when I asked this question to myself. Do I want to just fit in and continue? Or do I want to look for what will not just make me earn or not just make me get what I want, but also make me happy and satisfied? So then I realized my passion was not to work with machines. My passion was to work with human beings. Right? And if I were to work with human beings, I could have gone into psychiatry, I could have gone into psychology, I could have gone into behavioral economics after quitting my engineering and job. But I felt, what if I explored ancient wisdom? हमारे जो सब पुराने ज्ञान का जो भंडार है, उसमें से कुछ निकाल के लाए, उसके मूल्य, उसकी नीति, उसकी वैल्यूज, उसके प्रिंसिपल्स, उसके एलिमेंट्स अगर निकाल के मॉडर्न, कंटेम्पररी बना दिए जाए, तो लोगों के जीवन में कुछ थोड़ा बदलाव, ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन आ सकता है. So that's how that shift happened from an engineer to being a lifestyle engineer. अपग्रेड किया मैंने अपने इंजीनियरिंग को, छोड़ा नहीं.
नहीं, we are really happy that you did that. We all gain wisdom from you. We are really happy about that.
You're very kind. Thank you so much.
Yeah, so it's good. Like, we often come across these situations in life कि ऐसा लगता है कि दुख है फिर क्यों कर रहे हैं. Then we explain ourselves, most of us explain कि यही करना पड़ेगा to survive, to take care of family. But yes, by the end of the day, it's happiness that we seek. सही है.
Yeah, but I would like to add one. If you allow me, I would like to add one more thing here.
Definitely.
Because when you're talking about family, for instance, कई बार क्या होता है ना कि फैमिली की नीड्स होती है, लायबिलिटीज होती है, और उसकी वजह से हमें अपने पैशन फॉलो करने का स्पेस और चांस नहीं मिलता.
नेचुरल है ये मैं आपको अभी कंप्लीट, क्योंकि आगे उसके ऊपर एक क्वेश्चन है मेरे.
हाँ, तो ठीक है, फिर तभी लेंगे सवाल. लेट्स कंटिन्यू देन. वी विल टॉक अबाउट इट देन. ओके, ग्रेट.
या सो देयर इज दिस फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन. अभी ये बहुत सारे लोगों के ओर से है, मैं किसी का नाम नहीं लूंगा किसके ओर से. आई विल जस्ट आस्क.
जी. श्योर.
सो द फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज अबाउट सोशल मीडिया. ओके. While the social media appears like a competition to compete with each other, people post their moments, they're happening life. While some might not have that happening life, they might not have like a car, a house, a good phone, a good personality. अगर वो चीजें नहीं होती हैं, how do you think we should take social media as? क्योंकि कहीं ना कहीं comparison मन में आता है. Sometimes it also depresses you. And social media gives a platform to people. They have a freedom to comment on each and everything that's happening.
Correct.
इंसान के looks हो, उसका घर हो, उसकी family हो, wife हो, relationship हो, उसके flaws हो, तो people have liberty of commenting on everything, liking, disliking, ये सब चीजें होती हैं. My question here is कि is it okay to be not liked or to not care if the world is not liking? How to deal with this pressure, which I think so many of people face? How to deal with this pressure? Like, nobody is perfect, but social
Correct.
media demands us to be perfect some or the other way, and that feels to me like it's crooked. Like, all of us, we tend to show crooked. Everybody on Instagram is not that happy, not that happening, not that
Indeed.
beautiful, and still we have to show it. If we don't show it, we are under the pressure कि कोई judge कर लेगा. So how to face social media? What is the right way to look at it?
That's a brilliant question, whoever's asked it. And I think there are three parts to that question. Part one of that question is about comparison in social media. And second is about the likes and is it okay to not be liked by people and how to deal with that pressure. And number three is the pressure to be perfect and show a perfect life. क्या ये जरूरी है ऐसा? How do we deal with that? So the first thing I want to share, Sumedh, is कि ऐसा नहीं है कि social media से पहले comparison नहीं था. Comparison ये मन का रोग है. Comparison is a disease of the mind, and it was there before social media. And if social media shuts down, even after social media, it will be there.
Yeah.
Social media is simply amplifying it. Social media is simply giving up a platform to express it fully. Social media is simply making everybody accessible, what others are doing accessible to us instantly on our phones. Before, we wouldn't know what's happening in others' lives, but today we know it instantly. But the disease of comparison has been there at all times. Like हम लोग comparison पहले से करते आ रहे हैं, ऐसे नहीं कि आज की बात है. Social media आने से पहले क्या लोग compare नहीं करते थे क्या?
बिल्कुल करते हैं.
You know, like मैं कई बार कहता हूँ जब दो couples एक दूसरे से मिलते हैं ना, तो दोनों लेडीज एक दूसरे की ज्वेलरी को देखती है और दोनों जो मेन है ना वो एक दूसरे के पार्टनर्स को देखते हैं. सॉरी अबाउट दैट, सॉरी, बट कंपैरिजन चलती रहती है. और हम में से कितने लोगों ने हार्मनी ऑफ असना चाइल्डहुड वी गॉट टोल्ड बाय पेरेंट्स लुक एट हिम हाउ ही स्टडीइंग इन योर
शर्मा जी के बेटे को देखो,
शर्मा जी के बेटे के देखो, इसकी बेटी को देखो, तुम्हारे भाई को देखो. अरे उसको देखो करते करते ना खुद को देखना भूल गया. तो इफ यू लुक एट आवर अपब्रिंगिंग, हमारी परवरिश को देखिएगा, इट स्टार्ट्स बाय pushing us to look at others than looking at ourselves. Like one college going boy, वो फेल हो गया, घर आया तो उसके पापा बोले कैसे फेल हुआ तू? लुखे देख, तेरे क्लास में वो लूसी पढ़ती है ना, देख उसको, इडियट, देख वो फर्स्ट आई है, देख, और तू फेल हो गया, देख कैसे फेल हुआ. वो बोला उसको देख देख कर ही फेल हुआ पापा. Jokes apart, but haven't we been constantly told look at them and look at us?
Yeah.
So there's a bug in the system, Sumedh. The bug is not in social media. The bug is in the mind. Correct. Social media may amplify it, but the bug is in the mind. It was there earlier, it is there today, and it will be there in the future. So we're not dealing with social media per se as a problem. We are dealing with comparison as a problem.
Yeah.
People who are so off social media are also comparing. It's just that they may not have access to people as much as social media followers have, users have, because everything can be seen on social media.
Yeah.
Right? Isn't it? So the question I often ask is, हम लोग compare करते क्यों हैं? Why are we looking at others? खुद को देखने की बजाय हम दूसरों के पास क्यों देख रहे हैं? Right? Why am I not looking at my own look in the mirror, and why am I looking at what others are looking like? Why am I not looking at what I have, and why am I always looking at what others have? What is his car or her car, or where did he or she go for a holiday, or how do they look? अरे 50 तो फिल्टर लगाते हैं जी. इंस्टाग्राम स्टोरी में 50 तो फिल्टर लगाते हैं और 50 तो टेक रीटेक करते हैं सेल्फी डालने के, और 50 तो बोटॉक्स के इंजेक्शन लगाते हैं और मेकअप करके और लाइट्स लगा के आइडियल लाइटिंग में, आइडियल मेकअप में, और 50 फिल्टर लगाने के बाद और 50 रीटेक के बाद तो कोई भी अच्छा लगता नहीं. और उसके बाद एडिटिंग टूल्स कितने होते हैं? What is the reality of what people are posting up there, isn't it? So one thing that I always love to say is the reason we compare is because the good side of comparison is to look at others and derive inspiration from them. एक कंपैरिजन का अच्छी भी चीज हो सकती है, मैं आपके पास देख सकता हूँ आप कितनी मेहनत करते हैं, आपकी मेहनत से मैं इंस्पायर होकर खुद भी मेहनत कर सकता हूँ अपने एरिया में, दैट्स अ पॉजिटिव साइड ऑफ कंपैरिजन। लेकिन नेगेटिव साइड ऑफ कंपैरिजन क्या होता है ना कि लोग इनसिक्योरिटी से कंपेयर करते हैं। सबसे मेन रीजन है कि लोग अपने आप को वैल्यू नहीं करते। If people don't value themselves, they look at others. People who value themselves and have a sense of self-worth, दुनिया में क्या चल रहा है उनको क्या फर्क पड़ रहा है, they are happy for others, but they live their life. अच्छा, जब वैल्यू नहीं होती तो हम क्या करते हैं, दूसरों के पास देखते हैं, वो हमसे कम है तो सुपीरियोरिटी लगता है कि अरे मैं तो देखो, यू नो, और वो हमसे बढ़ के हैं, then we feel a sense of inferiority and we want to compete and get there, correct? So my answer to that first element of the question on social media is, don't worry about what people are posting. You can watch that's okay. Social media is not bad. Bad is the bug in the mind of comparison, right? So that comparison can be dealt by finding your own worth. अपनी वैल्यू ढूंढो। अपनी वैल्यू जब पता लगेगी ना, खुद की वैल्यू को जब वैल्यू करने लगोगे ना, तो दूसरों की तरक्की अब हमको इनसिक्योरिटी नहीं देगी। दूसरों की तरक्की से हम प्रेरणा लेंगे और हम भी तरक्की करेंगे, करेक्ट? नाउ द सेकंड एस्पेक्ट अबाउट इट वाज द लाइक एंड द डिसलाइक। सोशल मीडिया में तो लाइक्स और डिसलाइक्स, मतलब हम लोग कभी कभी जब हमारे यूट्यूब पे वीडियोस प्रीमियर करते हैं, वो वीडियो अभी तक रिलीज भी नहीं हुआ है, उस पे डिसलाइक आते, देखा ही नहीं लोगों ने वीडियो।
देखो तो सही।
Can you imagine? They haven't even seen the video to dislike it. देख के डिसलाइक करते ठीक था। They don't even see the video and they dislike first, right? So it's a part of life to expect that everybody will like you, to expect that everybody will like your post, to expect that everybody will like the way you speak, the way you act, the way you look, the way you walk, the way you talk, is the greatest illusion. सबसे बड़ा भ्रम है वो। Like, I would like to ask everybody who's attending this session today, how many of you guys hate apples? Same, not apple phones, right? I'm sure somebody hates apples, right? How many of you guys hate mangoes? I'm sure somebody hates mangoes. How many of you guys hate You're not the one who hates. I'm sure. Even I don't hate mangoes so well. How many of you guys hate oranges? Some people hate oranges, correct? Now, just because somebody doesn't like an orange is an orange bad? Just because somebody doesn't like a mango is a mango bad? A mango is not good or bad because somebody likes it or doesn't like it. A mango is unique, an orange is unique because of its own taste, and some will not like it and some will like it, and it's fine. To say that everybody should like mango, that's communism. Right? सबको मैंगोस कैसे अच्छा लगेगा, सबको ऑरेंजेस कैसे अच्छे लगेंगे, तो सबको गौर गोपाल दास कैसे अच्छा लगेगा, नहीं अच्छे लगेंगे। And I'm completely okay with it. If I post a video and somebody says it's horrible, I'm okay because that gentleman has a different taste. तो उसको अपना फल मिलेगा ना। He must be liking and loving somebody. So when it comes to likes and dislikes, no, be ready. Social media ऐसे ही होता है, रोस्ट करता है लोगों को। और अगर आपको अपनी वैल्यू समझ गई ना कि भाई मैं मैंगो हूँ और मैं मैंगो रहने में खुश हूँ, कुछ लोगों को मैंगो नहीं पसंद है तो उनकी टेस्ट है भाई, लेकिन ऐसे भी तो है ना जिनको मैंगो पसंद है, वो तो लोग रहेंगे ना अपने लिए। So that's the like and the dislike part. And when it comes to the perfect part, nobody is perfect. There is no, we are not perfect. We don't need to be perfect. We cannot be perfect, right? Social media पे जैसे बता ना, सब mocked images लग जाती है, edited, filtered images लगती है। It's not about perfection. It's about being genuine. जो सच में लोगों को inspire करते हैं ना, वो perfect नहीं होते। You impress people by faking perfection, but you inspire people by how you deal with your imperfections. Right? Your dealing with your imperfection is more inspiring than your faking perfection. So ठीक है, if I'm imperfect, it's okay. Let people see me as imperfect, and let people see how I deal with my imperfection. So these are the 2-3 points I thought I'll share on that.
And these are very important points, and at the same time, these are very difficult to cope up with. I feel at the same time, because as an actor myself, I never imagined whatever place I'm in, I would ever reach that. So I feel very conscious about my own flaws. Like I tend to initially I tend to मतलब पहले मैं ऐसा था कि मैं नहीं दिखाऊंगा अपने फ्लॉज किसी को. Then I later realized कि अगर है फ्लॉज तो वो दिखेंगे. So let's work on it, because when you work on one thing, there's always the other thing where you're lacking. You realize it later.
Correct.
So it's very difficult, but yes. So these are the things. Realize self-value, self-worth, and nobody is perfect. Don't try to be. Just work on your flaws. You will always have flaws, but work on it. This is the answer
Correct.
of the question. Yes, amazing. That's a very great start. So should I move to the next question?
Oh, sure.
Yeah. So this is from a friend of mine. I am in my mid-30s and I am in search of what gives me peace. I don't know if I'm doing right or not. What is the true dharma or duty of a person? I don't understand sometimes. I'm not married, and is it okay to not marry or have a family? Is it okay to be free and to be able to work on yourself more and not stay in that delusion or the idea which society thinks is the perfect way?
Explosive question.
Explosive
question. Looking for peace. Is it okay that I look for my peace? Is it okay that I'm different from others? Is it okay to not be in the fit into what the society thinks we should be doing as settlement? Society की एक idea होती है settled life, मतलब work हो, settled हो, शादी हो, बच्चे हो, family हो, एक settled idea होती है society. Is it okay to go out of that box? Is it okay to just be myself and look for peace? Is what your friend's asking first, right? मैं कई बार कहता हूँ हर एक इंसान के दो पहलू होते हैं. एक होता है doing और दूसरा होता है being. Doing होता है हमारा काम काज, earning, success. That's doing. Doing gives us money. Doing gives us success. Doing gives us popularity. Doing gives us house, car, all the things that we see. Doing, काम करना पड़ता है, कर्तृत्व. Right? और दूसरा होता है being. Being gives you peace. Being gives you joy. Being gives you love. Being gives you happiness. Being gives you satisfaction. इसीलिए हम लोग ह्यूमन डूइंग नहीं है, हम ह्यूमन बीइंग है ना? Have we ever called somebody a human doing? No,
never.
We are a human being, correct?
Yeah.
But the modern world has given us a paradigm that to be cool, to be socially acceptable, to be able to climb up that ladder of success, you have to be a human doing, right? Isn't it? So human doing is one extreme. करते रहो, भागते रहो और अपने लिए कोई समय नहीं, अपनी शांति, अपनी लाइफ, एक अनवाइंडिंग टाइम, अपने आप पे काम करना, खुद को तलाशना. Right. You need to only find out one answer, looking for your own self. All the other answers Google has. Right. Google can't help you find yourself. Google can help you find everything else, isn't it? So I think in that human doing, in that mode of human doing, भगदड़ में ना हम लोग कई बार अपने आप से बहुत दूर चले जाते हैं. इस दुनिया की चीजों को खोजते खोजते, इस दुनिया को खुश करते करते, अपने रिलेशनशिप्स में लोगों के मन रखते रखते, कभी कभी पता ही नहीं चलता कि हम खुद से ही कितना दूर चले गए. सबसे करीब आ गए और खुद से दूर चले गए, है ना? This is a very painful situation, and that's where we become miserable. We lose our peace, correct?
Yeah.
So that's the mode of human doing, correct?
Yeah.
That's one extreme, and the other side is human being, which is खुद को ढूंढना, to find yourself, to spend time with your own self, to come to terms with your self-love, self-care, self-acceptance, खुद के लिए, right? If you do not find time for yourself, you are just a human doing, either with work or with relatives or with your girlfriend, boyfriend, spouses, families, colleagues, team. You are just a human doing. कर रहे हैं बस पागलों की तरह दूसरों को खुश करने के लिए. But we need to be a human being as well, where I need to find my peace, है ना? इसलिए मैं कई बार कहता हूँ कि जिंदगी में ना थोड़ा खालीपन भी चाहिए, क्योंकि उस खालीपन में ही हम अपने आप से हमारी मुलाकात करते हैं. अगर खुद को खुद से मिलना है तो थोड़ा खालीपन जरूरी है. So what your friend is asking, is it okay if I find that peace, and is it okay to look for that peace more than others? Absolutely, because if you're not a human being, how would you be doing a human? अच्छा, दो extreme क्या है? Human doing में being को neglect करना, और दूसरा being में doing को neglect करना. इतनी
तो
शांति
बैलेंस
है
बनाना
कि
चाहिए.
बैलेंस, इतनी शांति की जिंदगी में कुछ हो ही नहीं रहा है. उसमें डिप्रेस हो जाएगा आदमी. You know? वो पीस में भी डिप्रेशन हो सकता है, क्योंकि दूसरे लोग तो आगे बढ़ रहे हैं और मैं बस ओम शांति शांति करके बैठा हूँ. You know what I mean? And therefore, balance the human doing with the human being. Correct? You cannot be doing all the time. You need to be खुद के साथ. And you can't just be. You need to do. In fact, when you discover yourself, what you do becomes effective. What you do becomes very satisfying. And in regards to the part of the question whether when I look for that peace, am I different if I don't want to get married, if I don't want to settle down, if I don't want to do the way people do things, correct? I feel we are all different, Sumit. हम सब अलग अलग हैं. इस सवाल का कोई black or white answer हो ही नहीं सकता, right? We can never have a black or white answer to that question, because everybody in their journeys has a different shade of grey. What their needs are at that point, what their expectation and hopes are at that point, are so different from another individual. Like today, on the 25th of December at 4:29, what you need and what I need may be different. Correct? Because I may have a day that's lined up with something else, and you may have a day off. Correct? You know, so our needs may be completely different. So to say that we should both do the same thing is violence. Our advice to people should be based on at what stage in their life are they, what are their needs. We should be sensitive and empathetic to them. तो इस सवाल का जवाब मैं ये दूंगा कि शादी करनी है या नहीं करनी, इसका कोई ब्लैक और व्हाइट आंसर नहीं होता. लेकिन आपकी लाइफ में जिस जर्नी में आप है, आपकी क्या नीड है उसको एड्रेस करिए, और उसको एड्रेस करने में आप अपने सवाल के जवाब ढूंढिए. और आपको अगर अपने सवाल के जवाब नहीं मिल रहे तो किसी एक गाइड से, मेंटोर से आप हेल्प लीजिए जो ट्रस्टवर्दी हो, जो आपको समझ पाए, एंड देन बेस्ड ऑन योर सिचुएशन he or she can guide you, because there's no black or white answer. To say that you shouldn't marry, oh, how can that be an answer? There'll be people whose need is to get married. To say that you should get married, oh, how can I say that there'll be people whose need may not to be get married, right? I think it's so much need based. Those are a few points I thought I would.
Amazing. Very good. बहुत अच्छा था, and I'm sure that person वो अभी या बाद में जब भी देखेंगे, they'll understand what you meant and that will help them. और बहुत सारे लोग जो देख रहे हैं उनके मन में भी ये हो सकता है. अभी एक next question है, decision should be based on heart or mind. How to understand which route to take?
Decisions. Oh. Decisions कैसे लेने? Should you follow the head or the heart?
Yeah.
दिमाग से काम करे या दिल से काम करे, है ना? How do you make those decisions? कपड़े खरीदने की बात आती है, बड़ा आसान होता है नहीं? जेब से काम करते.
तब भी दो राय होती हैं.
कपड़े
इतना महंगा खरीदूं या थोड़ा क्या उधर सेल है, क्या करे
जी. कपड़े खरीदने, फोन्स खरीदने, मकान खरीदने, गाड़ियां खरीदने थोड़ा आसान है निर्णय करना. लाइफ पार्टनर चूज करना उतना आसान नहीं होता. How do I choose? I love two guys, I love two girls, a guy might say, and which of the two may I choose now? Oh my God, you're blushing, Sumit.
I'm not blushing. It just reminded me of some people.
Okay.
So, yeah, there are some people who actually say such things, and with zero seriousness they say it. So it makes me laugh.
Yeah. So how does it make that decision, isn't it? Head or the heart? Head or the heart is the question. I know sometimes a guy and a girl, like, they fall in love with each other, like absolutely crazy and obsessed by each other. And now they're thinking whether to go ahead or not. And sometimes they just go by the heart. दिल से जाते हैं बस. Correct. ये दिल है कि मानता नहीं. isn't it? And they just go so much by those feelings of romance, feelings of like for each other. Correct. They go ahead with that relationship and later regret because they didn't use their head. And what does it mean to use their head? To see compatibility, to see their ability, to see natures, to see if there is a bonding between each other which is possible, not just how you look and how I look and how we feel and how you feel and how it's all going in the moment. So कभी कभी दिल से लिया गया निर्णय, दिल से लिया गया decision बहुत महंगा पड़ता है relationships. Correct? And then the other extreme is taking a relationship based on your head. सब analyze किया, 4 साल date किया, सब हिस्ट्री ज्योग्राफी पता किया, उसके सारे फ्रेंड्स के साथ बात किया, सब कुछ पता किया, सारे सोशल मीडिया पे उसको स्टॉक किया, सब कुछ पता कर लिया. एवरीथिंग, हिस्ट्री ज्योग्राफी मेरे पास है. आई लुक्ड एट हॉरोस्कोप्स, एवरीथिंग आई सॉ. और पूरी कंपैटिबिलिटी. सो बाय द हेड वी वेंट अहेड एंड वी मेड द डिसीजन टू गेट मैरिड. देयर इज नो फीलिंग. व्हाट अबाउट द हार्ट? So there are people who go so much by reason and logic, they forget to experience and feel in the heart. And there are some who go so much by their feeling that they forget to analyze the consequences of their decision. Right? And therefore, I feel it's not the head, it's not the heart. It's a combination of both.
Balance. Human doing and being. वो सीखा बेसिकली मुझे लगता है.
हर चीज में बैलेंस की बात आ रही है. डूइंग और बीइंग आ रही है. इधर हेड और हार्ट की भी बैलेंस की बात आ रही है. करेक्ट. दैट you follow your heart, you love that person, follow their heart, but not blindly. Right. इसलिए कई बार कहते हैं ना, love is blind. Love is blind, marriage is the eye opener. फिर सब सच्चाइयां दिखाई देने लगती है कि बोलता है यार दिमाग से मैंने सोचा ही नहीं था, isn't it? And then in continuation of that, I also feel sometimes in life there is also a need. In certain situations, you may need the head more than the heart. Right?
So we have to basically make ourselves ready from both the angles, in both the journeys.
Correct. And in situations, you will need one more than the other. And sometimes you may need to use heart more than the head. Right? The doctors have said that this person is not surviving for too long. अभी reasoning क्या करना है उधर? अभी दिल से जितना समय, अभी heart से उनके साथ समय बिता. Right? And in certain situations, you may need the head more than the heart. Correct. You're looking at making a certain life decision. You may need the head more than the heart. So I think it's so much situation based, but both will be needed. Head and the heart.
The balance is needed, and we have to understand where we should
which
use
one,
brain
the
or
proportion.
heart.
Yes.
Nice. Amazing once again. अभी जो आप बोल रहे थे उसी के ऊपर एक सेपरेट क्वेश्चन है. I am bound to complete my duties as a family person which push me to go for money. नहीं वो आगे ये दूसरा. So which push me to go for money. I feel sometimes upset I'm not able to follow my passion. नहीं ये वही है. What should a person choose? Money or passion?
Oh, what should a person choose? Money or passion?
So, like I know this person very well. So for the family, to fulfill his family's needs, he works for money, but secretly he has a passion which he cannot fulfill. So he says ki I have to earn money, but I want to chase my passion. It feels very empty when I'm just earning money, but I don't feel the kick, I don't feel the peace, I don't feel my heart enjoying everything there.
Yes. Brilliant question again to me. One thing is for sure, passion doesn't immediately pay the bills.
Definitely.
Correct. Passion को develop करने में और until the time that passion starts paying you, it may take long as well. Correct. So which is why a lot of family members and family people have a lot of concern कि ये passion follow करने जाएगा, लेकिन सेटलमेंट की भी तो बात है ना भाई. पैसा भी चाहिए और रियल लाइफ की नीड है. पैसे से ही तो चलता है सेटलमेंट. करेक्ट.
नाच गाने से घर खड़ा करेगा क्या? वो वाला एक डायलॉग.
जी, नाच गाने से थोड़ी ना घर खड़ा करेगा. और आजकल तो सबको स्क्रीन पर्सनालिटी बनना है, सबको यूट्यूबर बनना है, सबको इंस्टाग्रामर बनना है, सबको सोशल मीडिया इन्फ्लुएंसर बनना है, क्योंकि वहाँ सबसे ज्यादा इन्फ्लुएंस है, एफ्लुएंस है. सो अभी हाउ डज वन रिजॉल्व दिस? कि पैसे के लिए तो काम करना पड़ रहा है फैमिली की सेटिस्फैक्शन के लिए, लेकिन पैशन नहीं फॉलो कर रहा तो दुखी हूं मैं. हाउ डज वन सॉर्ट दैट, यू नो, हाउ डज वन रिजॉल्व दिस इशू? मैं कई बार कहता हूँ, बहुत अच्छी लगती है मुझे एक कहावत. कुछ लोग ना अपने सपनों के लिए अपनों से दूर रहते हैं, और कुछ लोग अपनों के लिए सपनों से दूर रहते हैं. So some people, in order to follow their passion, they neglect their near and dear ones. And some people, in order to fulfill the near and dear one's dreams, they neglect their passion. Correct? So this is how I would look at it, Sumit. Sometimes, you know, in family there are liabilities. Loans होते हैं, debts होते हैं, बहुत कुछ real life चीजें होती हैं, और बस passion का जप करके नहीं चलता. क्योंकि फैमिली ने हम में इतनी इन्वेस्टमेंट की है. Family has after all been there for us all the time, correct? So there is also one side of us which feels that we have a sense of duty to our family, correct?
Yeah.
And that's not a duty out of force and obligation. That's a duty out of our gratitude. हमारी कृतज्ञता की duty है वो, right? So that duty we must look at to help our family clear their debt, their financial liability, look at their settlement, correct? But never at the cost of giving up our passion. तो अभी अपना पैशन फॉलो करने नहीं हो रहा है ना, कोई बात नहीं. पॉज मोड में रखिए उसको, स्टॉप मत कीजिए. एक होता है गाना स्टॉप करना, दूसरा होता है गाना पॉज करना. जहां गाने को पॉज किया है वहां फिर से शुरू कर दो, वहीं से गाना रिप्ले कर पाएंगे. स्टॉप मत कीजिए गाने को, राइट? तो डोंट स्टॉप योर पैशन. You can pause your passion. And how do you pause your passion? You continue working in whatever you need to do to earn your money at the moment. But side by side ना, थोड़ा भी हो ना, वो passion चालू रखिए. Right. Continue.
जितना टाइम हो सके दें मुझे.
थोड़ा जितना भी टाइम होगा ना, उसको थोड़ा वीकेंड पे हो, जितना थोड़ा टाइम देते रहे, और उसमें थोड़ा रिसर्च करते रहे, उसमें अपॉर्चुनिटीज ढूंढते रहे, करेक्ट? और ऐसा अगर करते रहेंगे, हो सकता है एक समय ऐसा आएगा, one time may come, when your passion may take over and your current career profession may go in the background, your passion may become your profession, correct?
Yeah.
So there's no need to neglect your passion even when you're fulfilling your obligations or your duties to family. Follow it, pursue it. और अच्छी चीजें ना कभी भी तुरंत नहीं होती. Good things don't happen instantly. Trust me. Good things, if you want success in your passion, it is not about intensity. It is about consistency. It's not how intense. If you want to make your body, if you go one day and you take your dumbbells and you just pump up your dumbbell curls, one day you do 22,200 dumbbell curls with intensity. If you do 2,200, bicep curls with intensity in one day, and your weight is like 50 kilo dumbbell curls. Vis-a-vis, if you do 6 months of just 15 kilo dumbbell curls, 20 reps, 3 sets, you will see that bulge better than intensity. So it's not intensity alone.
Yeah, it's consistency. Yes.
Consistently and patiently invest in your passion. Whoever's that asked that question, don't lose hope. Don't lose hope just because of this current situation. समय बदलता है, वक्त बदलता है, right? वक्त बदलने के लिए प्रतीक्षा करो, patiently प्रतीक्षा करो, लेकिन उस patient waiting time में ना अपने passion में invest करो. वो इन्वेस्टमेंट प्रीमियम पे करेगा बाद में, जब भी वक्त आएगा. Don't neglect, just keep going. Yeah.
Amazing again.
Thank you.
मेरा बहुत अच्छा दोस्त है ये जिसने पूछा, तो डेफिनेटली ये बहुत अच्छा आंसर था उसके लिए. हेल्प. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, हाउ कैन वी बी फ्री एंड फॉरगिव सेल्फ एंड अदर्स फुल्ली?
Oh yeah, tough one, no?
Explosive.
Explosive question.
Explosively with Gaur Gopal Das ji.
I think the session should be called Explosive Live with Gaur Gopal.
इतनी explosivity मैंने आज तक कभी फील नहीं की.
Oh, but I'm just loving this, Sumit. So good to be with you and answer these questions. So good. तो मैं कई बार कहता हूँ कि कुछ इस तरह से मैंने अपनी जिंदगी को आसान कर लिया, कुछ इस तरह से मैंने अपनी जिंदगी को आसान कर लिया, कभी किसी से माफी मांग ली और कभी किसी को माफ कर दिया. Right. There are times in life जब मुझे किसी से माफी मांगनी पड़ती है, and there are times in life जब मुझे किसी को माफ करना पड़ता है. There are times in life when I need to beg forgiveness from someone and say sorry, but there are times in life when I need to forgive somebody. And to be very honest, begging forgiveness and saying sorry, not all that easy, but it's still relatively easier. Because the mistake is yours. हाँ, मतलब कई बार मालूम है गलती अपनी है, but to be able to forgive others, oh, that's a tough one. So I might give a little elaborate answer if that is all right, because this is an issue that a lot of us deal with, correct? So I feel forgiveness must be dealt with in three ways. तीन कैटेगरी. हर व्यक्ति को उसी तरह से क्षमा नहीं किया जाता, हर व्यक्ति को उसी तरह से माफ नहीं किया जाता. हर इंसान को जिसने गलती हुई है आपकी लाइफ में, उसी तरह से माफ मत कीजिए. माफ करने की भी तीन लेवल्स हैं, right? There are three different levels in which we practice forgiveness, and in English we call them. First is called exoneration, second is called forbearance, and third is called release. I'll explain what I mean. Exoneration का मतलब होता है basically simple words में forgive and forget. पूरी स्लेट क्लीन करके फिर से अपना रिश्ता शुरू करो. गलती हो गई है, एक्सोनरेट, सब कुछ पोंछ दिया, पुराना हिसाब किताब जो भी है सब पोंछ के अभी नया चैप्टर शुरू करना है हमको, करेक्ट? सो इन विच केसेस वुड यू एक्सरसाइज एक्सोनरेशन एंड फॉरगिवनेस लाइक दिस? सब गलतियां छोड़ के फिर से शुरू करते हैं. इन केसेस लाइक दिस, नंबर वन, इफ द मिस्टेक वाज बिकॉज ऑफ एन एक्सीडेंट, एक्सीडेंट से गलती हो गई थी, जानबूझ के नहीं की थी. अगर उसमें आपने पूरा स्लेट क्लीन नहीं किया ना, उसका प्रॉब्लम नहीं हुआ, आपका प्रॉब्लम मेरा प्रॉब्लम है, राइट? एक्सीडेंटल मिस्टेक्स. नंबर टू, if the mistake is committed or if the wrong is done by a child or if the wrong is done by somebody who was completely inebriated, drunk or high and जिसके सुध-बुध खो बैठा था, वो खो बैठी थी, that person is not like that, but they weren't in their senses. बच्चों को समझ में नहीं आता, कभी कभी कुछ कह देते, बोल देते, वो पकड़ के बैठोगे तो कैसे चलेगा? Sometimes you have to treat grown-ups also like children. They may not have done things in their senses. If you hold back, you're wrong, not they are not wrong. And the third case in which exoneration must be practiced is where the person who's made a mistake may have done it intentionally in whichever case, but आके genuinely माफी मांगता है. He's very genuine or she's very genuine. आप भी जानते हैं कि बड़े genuinely माफी मांग रहे हैं. जो हुआ है उसको करेक्ट करने का विश्वास दे रहा है, promising to correct and promising that this won't happen again. In these three cases, you must practice exoneration. Forgive and forget. Wipe the slate clean. माफ कर दो, आगे बढ़ो. Now the second case of forgiveness after exoneration is called forbearance. Forbearance is that kind of forgiveness where somebody comes and says, गलती हो गई मेरे से, लेकिन तुम भी तो जिम्मेदार थे ना, you know, मैंने किया, लेकिन आपकी भी तो जिम्मेदारी है ना, आपकी वजह से भी तो हुआ ना. इनफैक्ट मैंने जो आपसे कहा वो आपने मुझे उकसाया ना, इसलिए मैंने ऐसे कहा. So the person is giving you an apology, but a partial apology, not taking full responsibility. सॉरी बोल रहा है लेकिन पूरी जिम्मेदारी नहीं ले रहा है, आपको भी जिम्मेदार ठहरा रहा है. But that relationship is very valuable to you. You value the person, correct? So in such a case, you must practice the second thing, which is forbearance. और forbearance में क्या करना चाहिए जानते हैं? अभी के लिए क्षमा कर दीजिए, माफ कर दीजिए उनको, बट आंख रखिए उन पे. Be watchful. So forgive, but don't forget. The first one is forgive and forget. Second is forgive but don't forget. क्योंकि क्या करेगा बाद में पता नहीं, अभी भी पूरा apology मांगा ही नहीं. And then the last case is called release. These are cases which are more serious. Child abuse cases, right? Where a boyfriend or a girlfriend has seriously cheated. Infidelity in married relationships. Business partner has cheated you like hell in money. इसमें forgive forget भी नहीं होता, exoneration भी नहीं चलता, और forbearance भी नहीं चलता. So in this case, what do you do? What do you do? You need to forgive them, not because they deserve that forgiveness. You need to forgive them because you deserve peace. कब तक जी के रहोगे कि मैं अब्यूज था या थी? कब तक जीते रहोगे कि इसने मुझे धोखा दिया? जिंदगी केवल रोते बैठने के लिए थोड़ी न बनी है. इसीलिए थर्ड कैटेगरी का नाम है रिलीज. चाहे whether you do it through music, whether you do it through dhyan, whether you do it through jap, whether you do it through spirituality, whether you do it through emotional support from family, whatever the way may be for you, or through counseling, healing, therapy, whatever it may be. But release. So maafi is not same for all. Different people will get forgiven in different ways. So therefore there is exoneration, forbearance and release. And for more details, I have written elaborately on forgiveness in the book I wrote called Life's Amazing Secrets. And also there's a forgiveness sheet where the details of how to forgive have been given outside the scope of the live session. A lot is in the book. But just a few pointers. Yeah.
नहीं, definitely. It was, again, बहुत अच्छा. Many people need to hear this. मेरे दिमाग में ऐसे 100 लोग हैं जिनको ये चीजें समझने की जरूरत है, इंक्लूडिंग माई सेल्फ. थैंक यू सर.
Thank you so much.
So, moving to the next question. I am a mother and my child is a teenager. He is working, but I'm worried about his future. I don't want him to have a bad career or a low life or big shock to face in future. What should I do? I feel very worried and I don't want anything bad for him.
So the mother's worried about the child's career, right?
Yeah.
Is that a question? Yeah. So to the mother who's asked this question, and to all mothers and to all parents, here's my answer. I think all parents love their children, and they want to make sure that their children's future is very well secured. Correct?
Yeah.
And I want to just say one thing that Albert Einstein said. Albert Einstein said that when you put a monkey, a deer, an elephant, a rabbit, and a fish all together in a line, सबको एक लाइन में खड़ा करो और सबको एक टेस्ट, one test, climbing the tree. The fish will live its entire life thinking that I'm stupid. Because can the fish climb a tree?
No.
Should the fish be judged by the exam of climbing a tree? Monkey के लिए आप टेस्ट क्या होना चाहिए, पेड़ पे कैसे चढ़ना? Elephant के लिए टेस्ट क्या होना चाहिए, वजन कितना उठा सकता है? Deer के लिए टेस्ट क्या होना चाहिए, कितना तेजी से भाग सकता है? मछली के लिए टेस्ट क्या होना चाहिए, पानी में कितने अच्छे से तैर सकता है? But if you give everybody the same test, everybody has a different capacity.
Yeah.
The problem with our education system is we are all judged by the same exams. We are all judged by the same parameters. We are all judged by the standard system of evaluating what we are. Just because your children are not good at math, they are not useless. Just because your children cannot stand first in their academic exam doesn't mean they are not blessed with something unique. So when we are talking about the future of our children, the one thing that we should know, if anybody has watched, I'm sure everybody's seen the movie Tare Zameen Par.
Yeah.
And if you've seen the movie Tare Zameen Par, you know the children have something unique in them. And the duty of each parent, the duty of the education system, the duty of every teacher and every well-wisher is to help that child find out what his or her unique gift is. Because if they find out what their unique gift is earlier on in their childhood, and you train them in that, you can imagine how expert and competent they become when they reach a certain age as they grow up, right? They're ready to be in the competitive world in their own space, correct? Now, of course, this is an educational system bug. हम लोग इंडिविजुअली कुछ नहीं कर सकते, बट एक बात जरूर बताना चाहूंगा कि बच्चों पे प्रेशर मत डालिए, राइट? बच्चों पे प्रेशर मत, हेल्दी प्रेशर अच्छा होता है, बिल्कुल प्रेशर नहीं डालेंगे तो फिर तो बच्चे तो आप जानते हैं कैसे होते हैं, राइट? You know, there has to be healthy pressure, but this pressure to just perform, you have to know that not everybody has that element in them. So look for what their element is and fan that element into a fire is what my answer would be.
Amazing. It's very important for also people who are not parents, but they are, they love someone and they guide them through it.
Yes,
It's very important for them as well.
True, Sumit.
So, moving on to the next question. There are a lot of people in the surroundings that fail to understand. Sorry, मेरा battery थोड़ा. So, again, I'll repeat the question. There are a lot of people in the surroundings that fail to understand us as an individual. Where we seek acceptance and guidance, we just get criticism and demoralizing outcome. After trying and proving ourselves for even 100 times, it remains the same. What is the key for this? For people to understand us or either to rise above it?
People in our surroundings not accepting us, people in our surroundings criticizing, mocking us at times. I very honestly feel the problem is not so much people not accepting us. The problem is we not accepting ourselves. If I have accepted myself fully, whether people accept or not doesn't matter, because the whole world is not going to accept me. कुछ तो लोग कहेंगे, लोगों का काम है कहना, छोड़ो बेकार की बातों में कहीं बीत न जाए रहना, है ना? लोग तो कुछ कहने ही वाले हैं। आप अच्छा करो कहने वाले, आप बुरा करो कहने वाले, आप कुछ नहीं करो कहने वाले, लोग तो कुछ कहने ही वाले हैं। लोगों के एक्सेप्टेंस के लिए ना खुद को नहीं बदलिए। I always love to say that do not change your colors for people around you. They may just be color blind, They may just be color blind. They may not be able to see what your true colors are. Definitely. And therefore, I think more than seeking acceptance from others, I feel it is very, very important that you accept yourself. जितनी आपकी self acceptance होगी और आपका self worth strong होगा ना, with that confidence you move on in those circles. Correct? You will see that automatically people start accepting you because you have accepted yourself. Correct? Yeah. Number two, there will always be people who don't accept you, which is fine. ऐसे तो लोग रहेंगे जो criticize करेंगे, mock करेंगे, they will be there. It's good. It's good if your social circle shrinks. Why? Because you will only have the true people who value your worth with you. Rather than all the chap losers who are just there to say something on your front and in your back they're slandering you, right? Isn't it? And therefore I think there is no need to worry about what other people think. Accept yourself fully and move on, right? And in fact, don't they say your vibe will attract your tribe, right? So when you have that vibe of your own acceptance, similar people will be attracted. You will have the best circle to be in. And then लोग तो बोलने ही वाले हैं कुछ ना कुछ. आप कुछ भी करिए, लोग बोलने ही वाले हैं. जो लोगों की बात सुनते हैं, लोगों को देखिए जी, लोगों को बहुत ज्यादा सफाई देने की जरूरत नहीं है. आप इंसान है, साबुन नहीं, right? और सॉरी और जितनी ज्यादा हम सफाई देते रहते हैं ना लोगों को, लोग वही सुनते हैं जो सुनना चाहते हैं. People only listen to what they want to hear. Wow. So don't worry about explaining yourself. Be yourself, accept yourself, and just move with dignity, and your vibe will attract your tribe.
That's right. बहुत बहुत अच्छा, बहुत अच्छा, ये बहुत अच्छा लगा सुन के मेरा। सो
With 3
हाय
minutes
नेक्स्ट।
left.
अरे हाँ, आपको जाना है?
457 हो गए। नहीं नहीं, ये इंस्टाग्राम लाइव कट हो जाएगा यहाँ। 458 हो गए।
अच्छा, ये घंटे में कट हो जाता है? मैंने कभी
जी।
इतना लंबा
अच्छा,
सेशन रखा
लंबा
नहीं।
किया है। 1 घंटे में अपने आप काट देता है।
सो इज इट लाइक आप अगर बिजी हो तो आगे के क्वेश्चंस फिर नेक्स्ट सेशन के लिए रखते हैं सर?
जी जी जी, आई थिंक सो, बिकॉज an hour and I think after an hour इतने सारे जवाब प्रोसेस करने में भी तो थोड़ा टाइम लगता है ना सुबह। बहुत सारे जवाब देते बहुत सारे
नहीं,
फंडे आ
definitely.
गए। थोड़ा समय भी दे देते लोगों को प्रोसेस करने में, हजम होने में। और
बोलते
आगे
हाँ,
question
नहीं
आगे
लाइव
के लिए
सेशन
रखेंगे
खत्म
ना।
हो जाएगा, सब बोलेंगे अरे आज तो बहुत अच्छा लाइव सेशन था, बहुत कुछ सीखे। क्या सीखे? बताता हूँ, एक सेकंड वापस देखेंगे। या अंडरस्टैंड। But
Yeah.
besides, okay, so we'll have part 2 of this
Yeah,
soon,
sure,
some
we
really
will,
tough.
we will, definitely,
So
definitely.
so this सौभाग्य हमारा ये है कि गीता जयंती पे ये हुआ। So
जी।
फॉर्चुनेट है हम सभी कि आपसे जब से आपसे ये सारे आंसर सुन रहे हैं, मेरे दिमाग में एक ही चीज चल रही कि कितना कुछ विजडम होगा आपके पास ऑलरेडी। हम तो बस जो क्वेश्चन कर रहे हैं उसका जवाब आ रहा है। ऐसे कुछ क्वेश्चन जो हमारे दिमाग में आए भी नहीं, वो भी आपके पास है। सो
आई टेल यू सुमेध, ये सब जो है ना, ये सारे जवाब जो है, ये कुछ तो अपने जिंदगी के एक्सपीरियंस और अनुभव से आते हैं, लेकिन बहुत सारी चीजें हमारे गुरुओं से, हमारे बुजुर्गों से, हम जिनके साथ इंटरेक्ट करते हैं, जिनसे डील करते हैं, आपसे कुछ बातें होती है, आपसे कुछ सीखते हैं, तो सबकी है ये। इट्स नॉट माइन, राइट? इट बिलोंग्स टू एवरीबडी whom I've interacted with and learned from. So मेरा नहीं है, जो भी आता है, कुछ जो भी जवाब आते हैं, बस आई एम लाइक अ माइक्रोफोन, बस वो माइक्रोफोन के थ्रू एम्पलीफाई होता रहता है। बट सो हैप्पी टू बी विद यू, सो ग्रेटफुल दैट यू हैड मी फॉर दिस सेशन।
थैंक यू सो मच सर।
Thank you,
It was a
Sumedh, and
pleasure. We all love you.
We
Yes.
we love you too. We all love you too. People
Thank you,
love
sir.
you. People were constantly messaging me. When is this live happening? When is this live happening? Sumedh ke saath. And then I realized how much people love you. So everybody loves you, and we love you too, Sumedh. Thank you so much. Wishing you and everybody a happy new year ahead. Thank you.
Same to you sir. Same to you sir. Second session जल्दी होल्ड करेंगे, ठीक है?
जी
ध्यान
जी,
रखिए।
जल्दी। Thank you. Bye.
Yes. Yes. So guys, this was it. बहुत अच्छा मुझे तो लगा, and बहुत सारे लोग हैं, 22,000, and even after 1 hour there are 16.5k people watching. I'm sure that we all learned a lot of things, and बहुत जल्दी जैसे ही शूट हमें परमिशन देता है और गौर गोपाल दास जी को टाइम मिलता है, तो जब वो दो चीज़ें मैच होती हैं तो वील have another session जिसमें और कुछ questions हैं, but definitely me personally I learned a lot, and it's truly inspiring. I feel कि ये सब चीज़ों से problems जो बहुत ज़्यादा लगती है, जिस चीज़ के से कभी-कभी ये भी लगता है कि यार we don't want to live in this world anymore, and we don't feel happy about anything. I think so that the right wisdom actually helps you go through it and to learn something new. So yes, I feel really good about this, and I'm sure all of you loved it. Lots of love from my side to you guys. Just stay happy, stay healthy, stay mentally healthy. Remember what we learned from this, and just move on. Happy Geeta Jayanti, and Merry Christmas. Just take care of yourself. आपका नया साल आने वाला है, ध्यान रखिए, stay happy और थोड़ा कोरोना से बच के रहिए. Take care. Bye bye.